What's going on, guys? Today I bring you death on two wheels. We're gonna have to talk about this steering and suspension setup. Oh, this is what I've been working on for, God, I don't even know. But this is my, I don't even got any words for this thing. It's improved in every way. I tore up the blue one. The blue one had too small a tubing, too thin a tubing. And I tore that up. I built all new frame, bigger gas tank on there, different bars. We kept the headlights that were up here. Got rid of the regular motorcycle turn signals and got these little bad boys from, I don't know, they're just marker lights from Tractor Supply or any place like this. That's what they look like. That's hooked up to 24 volts, so they're pretty bright. They're hooked up to one winker box, that's why they're flashing together. Oh, you know what? Let's just start back here. Same old trusty 420. Cleaned it up, gave it a little paint job. This wheel, it came off of a Shadow Spirit 750, I believe. So this wheel is bigger than the stock one that I had before. The brake bar down there is not painted yet. That's the last thing that's unpainted. The rest is done. Got me a little Honda Rebel gas tank. Supposed to hold 3.4 gallons, something like that. Standard tail light I use. I lengthened the exhaust. I don't know why I lengthened the exhaust, but I did. Added a little baby ammo box to it. So the rest of it's pretty standard compared to my other bikes. But here's where shit went south for the winter. Oh, my 1-inch solid handlebars. I ran out of, well, yeah, I didn't have any 1-inch pipe, so I just took some go-kart axle and, well, let's just say you could beat a man to death with them if you had to. Oh, the other ones didn't have a horn, so I got a horn. Standard Cobalt 24 volt battery pack, still powering my electrical, with my regular 12 volt back there just powering the motor. All right. this right here. Oh, God, I don't know where to start. Well, actually, I thought that I could change my own brake seals. Watched a few videos. I was like, all right, the seals on the fork were bad. They've been bad forever. So I decided to pull everything apart, and everything was going fine until I couldn't get the seals out. And I did everything. I tried using the seals as a slide hammer and a vise. I tried just beating it to death. I put it back in the bike up on the stand and yanked on it. And nothing worked. After about a day and a half of thinking about that, I said, there's something wrong. And I had broken the Allens loose that normally go on the bottom of the, just regular telescopic fork. But I didn't pull them out completely. And what I didn't know was, long story short, those Allens, they loosened up, but they got caught in whatever they were threaded into, and it just spun. So I was never going to get it out. So I ended up taking a grinder, chopping it out, chopped it all the way down just to see where I was missing, what I was missing. And I decided to build these instead. So I got some gas pipe. I know gas pipe is questionable, and you probably shouldn't do that. However, I have a 1-inch, 120 wall round tube that fits perfectly in the center of those. You can see I just kind of welded it and capped it off right there, both sides up under the wiring there. And so I'm not worried about this breaking, but God, my dumb ass. Okay, so when I made these little, whatever the hell you call these things, little levers, or I don't know what those things are. Anyway, like an old school chopper. I forgot to mount the brake. Well, I didn't forget, but you're supposed to mount the brake somewhere on the axle right here, so it can rotate kind of independent of the yeah, so the brake don't wiggle around. But I ran out of room when I built those little plates, And you can see just how much room I have between the disc and the little floater there. Over here on this side, it wasn't too bad. I had to get rid of the hockey puck for the speedometer, and then I had to cut the spacer down. So I was having problems with everything binding, and I had a buddy of mine came out. We looked at it and took it all apart and shaved things down. So we got the shocks working the way they're supposed to, and I threaded them down, stiffened them up a little bit. But right now the brake is kind of soft. I tried to bleed the crap out of that for I don't know how long, and I do not know if it's the angle of the fork, but the tire feels, the whole turning is sticky, and it kind of grabs and jerks and kind of grabs and jerks. You know, it smooths out a little bit when you're going a little faster, but not a whole lot. And I don't know, for those of you who are smarter than I am, how bad did I mess up on my rake and my trail? I don't know, but I don't know what to do about that. And I decided to put a hand brake for the rear. I don't know, it's a suicide brake, I guess you can call it. It goes spring, it's all spring loaded and comes back down. And then over here, got the gas pedal. This was the original brake pedal, and it had a rod, but that rod going all the way back was over 6 foot tall. And so you can kind of see, I got that bar to go over there. So it runs great, it does what it's supposed to do, but it's sketchy. Real sketchy. So I don't know, anybody in the comments who knows why the tire feels like it's, you know, it's grabbing, you know, even in a straight line. It just kind of, I can't explain it. I'm sure it has something to do with the rake and trail, but yeah, everything else is fine. I just, you know, that part's kind of critical, and you know, I'm all up for dying, but you know, like not right now. So anyway, guys, if you guys want to know what this thing sounds like, hold on a sec. That's what it sounds like with my shower head exhaust, as my buddy puts it. Got the standard chain adjuster. I don't have anybody to film me riding it right now, so we're gonna have to wait until I get it might be a few days before I can get that video out, but I don't really know what to do with the front end. I don't know if it'd be better if the front end was raked back a little bit. Maybe not raked so far forward. Because I know on a chopper, you know, parking lot speeds, that front end's got a lot of wheel flop, you know, it'll but once you get going, they straighten out pretty nice, and they're you know, they're pretty rideable. So I don't really know. All right, guys, shit, god, till the next one, I guess.